every person that we pass by on the street, every individual that we interact with each day of our lives, and every person that we connect with throughout our lives has within them fountains of wisdom and knowledge that we can tap into at any time in order to help us navigate some of the challenges, the struggles that we'll inevitably face, and also to help us achieve our dreams and to find greater fulfillment in our lives. Today I'd like to introduce you to Michelle Fausett. Michelle is a neighbor. She lives just right across the street from us. And in this interview, she shared her story of what it was like to be a stay-at-home mom with 3 children who suddenly found herself divorced. I hope that as she shares her story, shares her wisdom, that you might find something in her story that inspires you in the way that you need to be inspired. Also, I'd invite you that if you enjoy this interview, that you share it with other people out there who may be going through something similar or who you think may benefit from hearing Michelle's story. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Michelle.
My name is Michelle Fausett. Several years ago, my husband decided that he no longer wanted to be married, and so we decided to go through a divorce. I knew that when he left that I would have a hard time and it would be difficult. He had shared with me many times that the children would no longer be part of my life if I left. I had no money. I had an associate degree that was just a business secretarial degree, and found that businesses did not need secretarial support because they had technology, and so it was outdated. So I did not know what to do with my life. Every time we exchanged children, the police were here. I spent many hours and monthly in court for 10 plus years. It was a rough time in my life. Sometimes I got to a point where I just curled up in a ball, cried on the floor while my kids were gone, because I had no one. No one understood what I was going through. No one knew. No one wanted to come and talk to me. No one wanted to take my side because they would be abused by my ex. It was hard. I decided to enroll in school, and as I went to the cheapest that I could afford, I went to Salt Lake Community College and decided to get a degree in nursing. It was a struggle to go through school, but I found myself being tutored by my teenage children, and me being able to tutor them, and it was a good time. Some of the other struggles I had was literally putting food on the table for my children. I remember one time opening the fridge and finding that there was not even a gallon of milk to pour over a bowl of cereal. Once I finally had friends that would approach me and talk to me, and that I could express my feelings and just vent my concerns, and knew that somebody was kind of on my side and in my ball court, then it did really help me heal. And I found friends that were in the neighborhood that we had raised our children, and so that also helped to be able to be free. I think if I look back, it's one friend that I had gone to a girls' camp with as an adult leader, and the 2 of us were adult leaders, and she was also single, and she was a sounding board, and she was willing to travel, and it just helped me become free and find my own self and find my own talents. Also being able to accomplish my nursing degree and having to associate with people in my classes helped me reach out of my comfort zone too and be willing to share and tell my story. I had a good mom, a mother that listened to me cry for hours. Don't be alone. Go for a walk. Exercise helped me just walking around the block. People would stop and say hello, so that would help me get out. Just don't be alone. Don't be alone. Go to the grocery store, walk Costco, walk around the block, enroll in a community class, reach out of your comfort zone. I think also that as you heal and as you move forward and as you forgive and love the enemies that have hurt you and you let that freedom go, that sharing your story for others is really important, and it's a healing process for you to be able to move forward. Today, everyone's welcome in my home. I love my children, and I'm willing to serve, and I'm willing to talk about things, and I have no fears, and I love to go to work, and I love to serve the people that I care for in the hospital, and I'm happy, and so much weight is lifted off my shoulders, and I just can't tell you how free and educated I feel, and I can not tackle the world yet, but I'm climbing the mountain and I can see over the top.
Well, I hope that you were as inspired and moved by Michelle's story and her wisdom as I was. I know one thing in particular that she had mentioned that really stuck out to me, and that is the importance when we go through difficult times, struggles, challenges, traumatic events, the importance of not being alone. I think sometimes it can be easy when things get really hard to retreat into ourselves. And when we do that, it only prolongs the pain and prolongs the healing process. The more we surround ourselves with good people, and I think that's key, that we don't surround ourselves with people who drag us down, but we surround ourselves with people who build us up. And like Michelle said, if we're not quite ready for that, just being around people, going to the grocery store and being out and being around people. All right, well, hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, again, please share it with other people out there who may benefit from hearing Michelle's story and her wisdom. Also, remember to subscribe to our channel so that you can be informed and notified on future episodes, future stories, future interviews that we release. And last of all, remember that wisdom is everywhere around us. If we will simply have the courage to connect with others around us and open ourselves, open our hearts, open our minds to receiving the wisdom that they have to share.